what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person, nigga. To say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a if everybody a queen will. I mean, will.
Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson's careers were brought into question, with claims suggesting Shakur would have no real chance if they ever faced each other. He stated that both Crawford and Stevenson have unfairly criticized him, despite not actually knowing him or understanding who he truly is.
He would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he.
The situation wasn't one-sided either. Davis was publicly pushing for the matchup, while Stevenson's position appeared to be changing more quietly in the background. Music. So when Davis's willingness to get in the ring was questioned, he took it as an insult aimed directly at his reputation and credibility.
Shots, and then want to be buddy-buddy. You know what I mean? Saying all this stuff on Twitter and then run in my locker room and want to take a picture and all that type stuff. I ain't bet. We ain't cool no more. Wait, none of that. That's it. That's what it is. You feel me? And niggas gotta stand on it. That's why I'm in that mode now. Like, I ain't got no friends in this.
Me personally, I never heard him disrespect you as a man.
Like, saying I won't fight somebody disrespecting me.
Like, I never heard no shit like that.
But if you know me, you know, like, don't go on no internet talking about he wasn't dare step in the. What you mean I wasn't dare step in the ring with you?
Right.
That's disrespecting me.
Yeah, that is.
As the rivalry heated up, Shakur Stevenson shut down all talk of a fight with Gervonta Davis. He downplayed the idea entirely, making it clear he didn't rely on anyone else to build his reputation or push his career forward, which only added more intensity to the already growing conflict.
Do you believe we will finally see Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis in 2026?
I don't even want to speak on him. I don't got too much to say about it.
Tell me why. Where's that heat come from?
I don't talk on people who feel as though I need them, because I don't need nobody. I'm a big superstar in my own right. I make a lot of big money in my own right, and I don't need nobody.
The conflict continued to rise until simply mentioning Shakur Stevenson's name was enough to set Gervonta Davis off. When he was pushed to weigh their accomplishments side by side, Davis reacted sharply, choosing not to participate in the comparison and instead shifting focus back to his own path. His response showed that the dispute had become deeply personal.
He's not even work for me. Come on, man. Man gotta fight somewhere else and prove himself, and then, like, you feel me? You know how they got UFC and, like, the underground? You gotta fight on the underground. Then to get back.
They gotta go to the G League.
You have an idea what your walkout fit might be?
Who would you say is more accomplished in the sport, Lamont Roach or Shakur Stevenson?
Accomplished in the sport? What you a Shakur fan or something?
No, I said Lamont Roach or Shakur Stevenson.
Why you keep bringing up Shakur? He's fighting mad fighters out here. I'm fighting Shakur. I'm fighting Lamont. You keep bringing up Shakur, bro. Get out of here. You from New Jersey or something?
No, I'm from here, from DC.
Yeah, what's the problem? That's probably why. I was Shakur and.
In the middle of all the back and forth, the rivalry reached a key moment when Shakur Stevenson stepped forward and made it clear he was prepared. Music. He openly called out Gervonta Davis, insisting on the fight without hesitation or postponement. What had started as tension between them now looked like it was building toward an unavoidable confrontation, with both sides edging closer to a real showdown.
And look, man, your beef is not with Floyd Mayweather. You sitting here beefing with Floyd. It's a fighter out here that's been calling your name that want to fight you. Gervonta Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting. I'm tired of talking about it. Stop dunking me and let's make the fight happen, man.
After the call-out, boxing analysts began sharing their takes on the potential clash, with former champion Roy Jones Jr. being especially outspoken as he predicted that Shakur Stevenson would win if the fight happened at that moment, crediting his discipline and consistency. He highlighted Shakur's ability to stay focused every round and carry that same structure outside the ring, while also pointing to moments in Gervonta Davis's career where discipline appeared less stable, ultimately summing up his view by saying that when talent is evenly matched, habits become the deciding factor. And in his opinion, Shakur's consistency would give him the clear advantage.
Shakur wins it because of his discipline, because he showed against Teofimo they can stay very disciplined all night. And he's the type of guy, he don't really do a lot of crazy stuff in his life normally. So it's like discipline is a thing that is not only exercised inside the ring, it's exercised also outside the ring. And as we see, sometimes Gervonta has problems with discipline, but we have never seen Shakur have problems with discipline. We've seen him be more disciplined at the right times than we've seen him not have discipline. So with the fight being like it is right now, I would lean towards Shakur.
He also left room for doubt in his assessment, pointing out that if anyone is capable of testing Shakur Stevenson, it would be Gervonta Davis because of his raw natural ability. Jones explained that when Davis is fully focused and mentally switched on, he becomes a major threat for any opponent inside the ring. He further noted that Tank's skill set is often overlooked, even though outside distractions can sometimes distort how the public views him. His overall message was clear: underestimating Davis would be a mistake, because a fully dialed-in Tank is dangerous for anyone.
It's twisted. If somebody could beat him, Tank Davis would be that person because of his intangibles. When Tank is disciplined and got his mind on right, Tank is a problem for anybody. Tank can fight better than most people think he can. It's just that sometimes his outside antics get the better of him, and it makes people think less of him, but don't underestimate Tank Davis. If Tank is motivated and ready to fight, Tank is a problem.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas offered a deeper breakdown of what makes Shakur Stevenson so unique, highlighting his elite ring IQ, precise timing, smooth movement, and ability to control distance, explaining music that Stevenson consistently makes opponents fight at his preferred pace and style. Atlas argued that this combination of skills makes him one of the toughest matchups in boxing today. However, he also pointed out a major danger in Gervonta Davis, noting that Tank has the power and overall ability to truly test Stevenson and potentially even hand him a loss.
Because Shakur Stevenson is that difficult, because of his style, because of his abilities, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, that his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style and beat.
As talk of the potential matchup intensified, Mike Tyson also weighed in and didn't hesitate to pick a side, showing support for Gervonta Davis and describing him as a monster in his current form. At the same time, Tyson praised Shakur Stevenson's talent and discipline, explaining that his dominance often makes fights look slow because he tends to outclass his opponents so clearly. However, he also suggested that Shakur performs best when faced with constant, heavy pressure. And in his view, Davis is exactly the kind of fighter who can apply that intensity. For Tyson, that pressure factor ultimately gave Tank the edge in the matchup.
Went out of Shakur and Gervonta.
Gervonta Davis?
Yeah.
I like to go with Tank. Everyone's going to go with Tank. It would be a very interesting fight. Shakur takes a good shot, though. He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. He is boring watching sometimes. Well, he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat. To bring out the best in Shakur, you got to pressure him like Tank. Tank will bring out the best of him, and we'll see a great fight. Tank is just a monster.
In his detailed breakdown, Terence Crawford gave a direct and uncomplicated opinion, picking Shakur Stevenson to win while making it clear the decision wasn't driven by personal bias. He expressed full respect for Gervonta Davis as a fighter, acknowledging him as highly skilled, dangerous, and one of the most prominent names in boxing today. Crawford separated personal views from professional analysis, giving Davis credit for his abilities and impact on the sport. Even so, he stood by his prediction, stating that Shakur competes on an entirely different level, something he believes ultimately separates them.
Because it's your man, who you got winning that?
I got Shakur.
Are you saying that because that's your man?
No,
you don't like Tank?
No. Hey, like I said, I respect Tank. Boxing, he's one of the ones.
Yeah.
we gonna take his personality and personal things out of it. Boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different.
Terence Crawford also offered a more critical take. Music, describing Gervonta Davis in personal terms as arrogant and too settled in the comfort of his fame and success. He implied that Davis's demeanor may come from always being surrounded by protection and security. Music even so, Crawford was careful to separate criticism from respect, making it clear that he still acknowledges Tank's talent, punching power, and abilities inside the ring. His distinction was straightforward. While he respects Davis as a fighter, he doesn't necessarily respect him on a personal level.
I don't like nothing about him. You know, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, you know, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes, you know, using what he got to shield him. You know, like he got a lot of security guards around him, and he know, you know what I mean, he's in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I respect him as a fighter.
Yeah.
You know, he definitely got skills, he got power, he got tremendous boxing ability, but like his core personality and his ways, nah.
Meanwhile, Matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn also shared his assessment of Gervonta Davis, recognizing him as a powerful and explosive fighter, while also pointing out certain concerns. He noted that Davis has dropped rounds against opponents like Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia, and Isaac Cruz, fighters he does not consider on the same level as Vasily Lomachenko or...
See, the thing is with Tank, who I think is a brilliant fighter, right? So exciting, very heavy-handed. He loses a lot of rounds, right? He lost rounds against Frank Martin. He lost rounds against Ryan Garcia. He lost rounds against Pitbull Cruz. And these are all guys that aren't on the same level as Lomachenko and Shakur Stevenson. So he has to put a dent in these people, otherwise he'll get beat. But he does put a dent in it because he punches really hard, and Tank's not just a puncher, he's got a good boxing IQ as well. I just don't think he's technically, or the IQ is as good as Lomachenko or as good as Shakur Stevenson. But can he put a dent in them? Because I promise you this, if he don't stop these people, he will be behind at nearly every junction of those fights, Lomachenko included. I think
Shakur Stevenson. Hearn suggested that Tank often relies on his raw punching power to offset technical lapses, raising questions about how his boxing IQ would hold up against elite-level opposition. He emphasized that if Davis is unable to land significant damage, he could find himself falling behind, which might ultimately cost him the fight.